Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand up.
Hello friends, and welcome again to another Street Fighter Duel video.
So in this video we'll be talking about the Midsummer Adventure with the Tidal Party with the new fighter or the new boss, which is Summer Ibuki. And I don't know why they say the name is Mad Ryu. Maybe it's a skin for Mad Ryu, or she has a crush on him. As you see here on top, she has the name Mad Ryu beside her portrait, which is a little bit funny. I think the devs forget about it, or it was supposed to be Mad Ryu, but they changed it, or they copy pasted the file but forgot to rename the boss. Anyway, we forgive you devs. If you're seeing this, you can keep Mad Ryu as a name. It's a funny meme actually. So this boss is pretty unique. It's different than all the bosses that we have fighting, because it's a trigger boss. And this boss has two skills, which is the C1, which is the bouncy swim ring, which she tosses a swim ring and then hit it with the kunai to explode it and deal damage, as Summer Ibuki does normally. And her C2, she throws a swimming ring 2 times, it bounces 2 times, and when it bounces and hits the targets of your team, it inflicts the damage. And these can't be inflicted, she doesn't do active, she only does these whenever you trigger a skill of C1 and the C2. So when your lineup does a C1, a combo 1 and a combo 2, she releases her combo 1 and the combo 2. And that's it. And pretty much I landed at rank 5 right now. I know it's still early and this could be updated and deal higher damages, of course. If you want to check other teams, they're using Trendy Cammy, they're using Flame Chun-Li with F.Blanka and the new Summer Elena, which is dealing a lot of damage. It's good. So we'll be checking our scores. So I'm using here, I'm using differently. I'm not using Ken, I'm not using Eva Ryu. I know they buff you, they give you better scores. But in this case, especially with this boss, this is the teams that I'm running and dealing more damage. So on my first lineup, I'm using Viper, Guile, Rose for the first time, and I'm using S.Poison. And now why Rose? Because I was trying to hit a decent number and I couldn't hit more than 110 million, 120 million. So when I added Rose, it gave me the survivability, it gives me the buff, and it gives me the one more rotation that I needed to deal that damage. So I start as always with Guile, S.Poison, then Rose, then Guile. That's the first combo. And all the other combos I start with Viper, S.Poison, Rose, and Guile. And I hit the C3, the Virgil EX whenever I feel the team will die. First time they will cheat death because of Rose. Second time they can't cheat death because the cooldown of Rose cheat death again is 42 seconds or 43 seconds. So I can't do that. So I use this one. And by the end of the fight, because I don't want a Viper to die, because she's the last one to survive, I drop some healing so she deals extra damage and she hits with a super. My second lineup, and it's the Bison, F.Blanka, and Dhalsim team, as always. So here, it depends on the rotation, but I found this rotation is the best. So I start with F.Blanka, then I hit Summer Yang, I hit Dhalsim C1, then I wait a little bit until he accumulate the Flaming Yoga Tower with getting the buffs, and I hit the C2 of Summer Yang because I want to accumulate combo meter when he does armor break on the enemy, because it will lack, because I start immediately, I don't accumulate combo meter here. Then I hit with Bison. This is the first rotation only. The second rotation I start with Dhalsim, F.Blanka, Summer Yang, then Dhalsim. I do it like twice, and then Dhalsim will become low in HP. I use the Crazy Potato to keep him alive. Then I start with F.Blanka. I use the C1 of Summer Yang to keep Dhalsim alive. This is only because I want Dhalsim to stay alive to deal that much damage in the end. And then I use F.Blanka, then Dhalsim. By the end, everybody will die except F.Blanka because he has a lot of stats and he's a tank already. And Bison, and I do the 1-2 rotation, which is Super from F.Blanka, C1 from Bison, C2 from F.Blanka. And the third team that we have, and is my favorite team actually, and it performs really good, and the best unit as free to play for single target damage, which is Cammy. So the rotation here, I start immediately when the fight starts because I don't want to wait. And the thing is that I put her in the corner and I almost evade every single toss of her rings, except the C2 ring that hits all my team. But because I have the C1 of Abel that I'm prioritizing here, it gives me the shield. Plus I have Elena with her heals and with her mitigation for my team when she procs her C2, and when she procs her first skill, her War Dance, her super. So rotation goes as Cammy, Abel, Chun-Li, then Cammy until the end of the fight. And I use, before I start any combo with Cammy, I press the EX moves. This one gives you crit up, this one attack up, and this one crit damage up and attack. So I will show you how the runs go. This is the first fight, and I will speed it up a little bit because I accumulate here. Here you need to accumulate at least 3 bars before you start, because the fight will end and the timer will not end, because you deal massive damage and there's no other ways of protection until this Rose passive procs. And this is what happens. Of course, I'm using the Toxic Love to add the EX to add a little bit of damage. It doesn't deal anything actually. So Guile, Street Poison, Rose, then Guile, then Viper, Street Poison, Rose, then Guile. And as you see here, I'll take a lot of damage, almost gonna die, but I get the healings from Rose. I use the Virgil EX because I know that now they will die. Nobody dies because of Virgil EX. I've done the combos. Now I start the combo again, everybody dies, and I still have Viper. So I heal her because she hits like a truck in the end. But I proc the shields and I hit her with the buffs that I have. Almost 2 million damage, 200 million damage, which is perfect actually. I'll try to push it as harder as I can. I'll show you the Battlelust in the end. It makes sense because I took heavy hit because Guile and Viper does a lot of heavy hit. So my second team, and it's the F.Blanka team. And F.Blanka did most of the damage. I expected Dhalsim to do a lot of damage, but Dhalsim dies quickly here. And you need him to survive as long as possible for him to accumulate the damage when he stands on the Yoga Tower, and we'll check that. So I wait at least for 1 combo, I think. I drop the EX first, and I wait a little bit, and I start with F.Blanka and stand on one leg with Dhalsim, so he gets his Yoga Tower. Then a C2 from Summer Yang, so I accumulate the bar, and then Bison will explode. As you see, he's still standing. Until he finishes his stand, I start with his super. I use the C1 of F.Blanka, then the C2 of Summer Yang, and then the C3 of Dhalsim again. Of course, I'm using the healing premature because I know that he will die. I've done testing. I've done like 6 runs of this. And I need right now to start with F.Blanka and end with Dhalsim, because I need the C1 of Summer Yang to protect my team a little bit, because she started to hit me really hard. And as you see, I use the C1, she drops the ring, immediately my Dhalsim dies when I use the C2. And now I'll use F.Blanka, C1 of Bison, F.Blanka dies, Bison explodes, and that was it. That was the most damage that I could have done with this team. Of course, I couldn't have the chance even to go with F.Blanka to hit her with the C2. And that was it, she kills my Bison. We can say that it was success because we finished it when the clock finished, which is good. Now my third team, and the team, my favorite team, because I take no damage. As you see here, she did 2.5 million damage in total, like 0 damage. I call this team a hack because you take no damage. You straight up go and deal damage. So as much as you built these units, if she was plus 30 Chun-Li for me, I'll deal more damage. If Summer Elena was built more enough for me, I'll deal even more damage. You can use Trendy Cammy here, but I think Cammy does a little bit better. And as you see, she did 162 million damage on her own. So this is how the fight starts. As soon as I start with Cammy. I don't know why I accumulated some damage here. Maybe it's a bug in the replay. So Cammy, Abel, shields. As you see, everybody jumps to her, so they evaded the C1. But the C2 they can't evade it because it's on the floor. But because there's Abel and their shields, as you see, you'll read immunity. Because this is how it goes. You're immune to damage when you have your shields up. So I start with Cammy always. I hit the EX moves. Start with Cammy, Abel, Chun-Li, then Cammy. It's pretty solid team. I tried normal Elena. It didn't give me the same result. Elena kept dying and I wanted Elena to survive. And plus I need to use a C1 of Abel actually. So it doesn't matter having another healer. This healer works perfectly with this lineup. And as you see now, I have 10 of armor break on Summer Ibuki, so the damage will be massive now by Cammy. Let's see, from 120 to 150. Yep. That's how hard she hit. And as you see, the spin kick deals ton of damage. I start again, and that was the last rotation. Really amazing damage. I can hit the 200 million. I'll try even better. And that was the run. So pretty solid run. Gets me in the top 10. Probably when I level up more and take more abilities, I'll be ranking more. As you see, people started jumping in front of me. All of these are whales. So whales will be doing whales things, okay? Is he a whale? Let's see his lineup. Not a whale, a whale. Not a whale, big whale. I can do better than him. And this guy, yeah, definitely. And of course, these guys are the top on our server cluster, especially Guile. Yeah, these are the lineups that they're using. So, what I'm using for my Battlelust is this. So I took 2 points in heavy hit here because of Viper and Guile. I want them to deal more damage. I took 1 point in every one of this. Of course, it's better to level them up, but I'm having a strategy with my lineup that I'm using. So if you want to use my same lineup, go with these. These are better. And this one is very important because it will give you permanently 9% attack by the end of the fight, because every 8 seconds it will grow. It will 3 times, it stacks up to 3 times, so 9%, 9%, 9%, so 9 times 3. That's what you get till the end of the battle, which is really good. And I took all the crit rate and the damage, and here the damage I maxed it, and I maxed the damage here. And this is this was how I went with it. What's preview here? Okay. Oh, nice. So 24% crit damage and 12% crit rate, which is good actually. And the damage, where is it? Damage bonus 18%, damage reduction 9%. These are all good actually, and they tell you the passives here. Yep, that was it all for the video. If you have any suggestion, if you have better lineups, free-to-play lineups especially, please type them down in the comments. I'll be thankful. That was it for the video.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, we thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.
Time to fly.